With a name like Fingers Love and a $30 to $35 price point, to say that I was skeptical about this keyboard-mouse combo when I first received it would be an understatement. However, I was pleasantly surprised on this one. Hello everybody and welcome to Tech Uploaded. I am Chris as always, and yeah, today we're talking about the 1STPLAYER gaming keyboard, fire dancing Fingers Love gaming keyboard and mouse combo. So I'm a little confused by the naming here, but I think the keyboard is the fire dancing keyboard and the combo is Fingers Love. But anyway, the company is 1STPLAYER. That's who actually sent this. So, all right, I get contacted quite a bit actually by companies wanting to send me kind of budget-oriented things. And I turn them down a lot of times because it's usually something kind of stupid, like something Bluetoothy related or some kind of like power pack for charging your cell phone or some really cheapo like headset or something. But I'd never gotten a keyboard and mouse combo offer before that was supposed to be comparable to a mechanical gaming keyboard. And I was like, okay, when I first got the email, I'm going to look into this a little bit. So they sent me their Amazon link and I looked at it and I saw that this thing was getting really good ratings, and like I said, it was like $30 for the white keyboard mouse combo with Prime shipping if you're a Prime member. And I'm thinking to myself, if this thing's even half as good as people say it is for the price, I'm going to be impressed, because to mirror a mechanical keyboard feel for that price would be pretty impressive. So I was intrigued. The company succeeded, 1STPLAYER succeeded, and they sucked me in. I was interested, so I said, sure, send it over. I'll take a look at it. I'll send it through its paces, whatever. Now, I find myself actually kind of in need of a budget keyboard and mouse, more than you would think. For example, my parents, my dad, could use a new keyboard and mouse. He's always in need. There's a big bug over there. What? Anyway, he's always in need of new stuff because the cats like to chew on things. When I did my budget gaming builds, I could have used, a nice cheap keyboard mouse combo there. Instead, I was just like pulling old stuff from wherever I had it and kind of just throwing that in to do the testing. You can see the Intel 20th Anniversary Edition build is kind of behind me here in the frame, and that's what I have the keyboard hooked up to because it's white and it matches the case, and so does the mouse. So anyway, where was I going with this? Budget keyboards and mice. There is a place for them. And another big one was I got really used to using my MX Brown mechanical keyboard at home, and when I wanted one for work was like, no, you have to use the one that you got sent from Dell. We're not going to waste the money to provide one for you. So I'm like, well, that sucks. So I bought my own. Kind of glad that I did, because then the one at home broke. I ended up leaving that job, and everything kind of moved around. So then I was able to use that keyboard that I had at that job and bring it home and use it here. So it wasn't a total waste of money, but it was still kind of annoying because I spent, like $80 twice-ish. So, well, twice, $80-ish. Anywho, we're getting caught up in details that have really nothing to do with this keyboard. So the keyboard mouse combo itself, like I said, it's supposed to be basically kind of like a mechanical keyboard. It's not an MX Cherry switch system. It's not like a Romer G key system or anything like that. And actually, looking at the back of the box, there's some details on the mouse. Just to go over those real quick. Basically, it's a very standard mouse, and you can see it does light up. You can rotate through different colors on the mouse. I believe you can does it say how many colors you can rotate through on here? I don't even know if it does. Okay, it says quad LED, so I believe it's 4. But what's more interesting than that is the actual key switch system of the keyboard. So when you look at that diagram, you can see you have the keycap. It's a crater type style of switch. Then you have some rubber, a top cover, an ITO film, and then the light guide plate, and then the plate. So basically, this is kind of emulating a mechanical switch. It's not just like the rubber, dome cap, blah, blah, boring kind of keyboard. It does have, computer's making noises, but it has a nice feel to it. I used this for a week on my primary machine, my X99 build, and I have to say, I actually really enjoyed it. I was very skeptical going into this. I'm thinking, it's going to feel cheap. It's not going to feel quality. It really doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like a $30 keyboard mouse combo. Now the mouse, there's nothing exciting about it. It feels kind of like the old Apple mice before they went to the Magic Mouse when they were still like corded mice. I think they came with like the Power Max and whatnot. It has that feel. It's glossy. I'm not a big fan of glossy mice. It is set up for right or left-handed people, so that's nice if you're left-handed. And like I said, you can cycle through those colors and it just kind of has a pulsing LED. The keyboard has a button you can actually press and it will cycle through a whole bunch of different colors on the keyboard. So you can set it to, you know, whatever your particular color scheme is in your particular setup. So that's nice. You also have a function key on here and you have some media controls, volume. You can lock the Windows key, I believe is the lock. You can open up the calculator. And I found all of them do work. You know, I just opened the calculator there. They do seem to work just fine. I haven't had any issues. The volume works. You know, everything seems to work on the function keys. So it's a basic keyboard. I mean, let's get down to it. It doesn't have any kind of like fancy stuff. The backlighting doesn't backlight the keys. The backlighting backlights the keyboard itself. So the keys themselves don't actually light up, just the keyboard. So the edge of the keyboard lights up, the logo lights up, and then underneath the keys lights up. So if you're someone who can't touch type and you're not getting enough light off of your monitor to light up the keys, then this may be an issue for you. It does have the J and F, you know, bump outs for, you know, the ASDF, JKL, SEM, you know, line up for touch typing. So if you're a touch typist, you're fine. But like I said, you can change the colors and that's cool. The typing experience, it was nice. The actuation point is at a good place on the keystroke, I believe. It's, you know, not too far down. You don't have to bottom them out by any means to make them actually do anything. So that is good. And I found playing Doom and some other games, I didn't get fatigued. My fingers didn't feel tired. I didn't have any problems typing on this except the backspace key is smaller than on most keyboards. So the backspace key, instead of extending all the way over and then having this key be down here and then the enter key just be one row, the enter key or return key is very large and then the backspace key has been reduced in size. So that was the one area that I found I was actually slipping up the most. And then the keys themselves, they're pretty quiet except enter and space. Space feels cheapy. So that is my one major criticism on this. Enter and space don't feel at all like any of the other keys. And I understand those are difficult keys to keep quiet because they're big keys. But I think a little more attention could have went into those to silence those up a little bit because it's kind of a shame. You got this nice quiet experience and then every time you hit the space bar. Kind of a bummer, right? But yeah, overall, I'm really pleasantly surprised with this keyboard. The mouse, like I said, I could take it or leave it. But for $30, the keyboard alone is worth it. I mean, this is a nice keyboard. I am really shocked how nice it feels. I would be fine using this at work, especially over the keyboard that comes with most computers. You know, if you get a laptop at work and they issue you a keyboard, it's usually pretty awful. So this is definitely a step up from that. It's actually, the mouse is kind of a step up from a lot of the mice that I got supplied too. So really, if you've got a budget build, if you're getting a second keyboard for work, if you're just getting a second keyboard to have one around, if you're on a budget and you broke your keyboard, if you had a real nice keyboard and oops, you spilled a whole can of soda on it or something like that, this will at least get you by, you know what I mean? I mean, it's, again, I can't emphasize it enough, $30 to $35 price point. That is the big selling point here, and for that price, I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised. I really am. I will be picking up more of these if I do any more budget builds or things like that, and the next time the cat chews through the cord, I know what I'm going to do for them as well. As always, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will go ahead and click on that subscribe button and maybe give it a like, you know, do what you do. You can also follow me on my social media networks like Twitter and Instagram at Tech Uploaded, so, you know, big surprise there, right? And I'm on Facebook, so please go ahead and head over there, join the community, join the conversation at facebook.com/techuploaded. And then, of course, you can send me an email on my Gmail account at techuploaded@gmail.com. And you know the drill. Don't be a stranger. Check back soon.